Hello, this is Steve Alley again. This is the second in our series of House Captain Training for 2014, and this is going to be on getting the materials that you need to complete your home. So first, during your inspections, you've made a list of the materials you need. Remember, don't start a task you can't finish that day unless you plan on being able to go back. Please don't leave unfinished work. You then need to line up the tools, the ladders, paint, supplies, rags, things like that. Christmas in October does not supply tools. We do have some ladders. We do supply the rest. And we have a whole warehouse. Some of it is going to be dependent upon whether we've had donations. For carpet, for appliances, things like that, you can call or come by the warehouse and check it out. And then we can put your name on it so that we can either have it delivered, if we can, or have you pick it up. Remember, unused items must be returned to the warehouse, hopefully on the event day, which is actually not October 6th, but is October 11th this year. Leave the extra paint with the homeowner. If it's tinted, please don't bring it back to the warehouse. If it's white, you can bring it back, but we have a large amount of paint, very small quantities in cans that we can't use. And in this presentation, in the House Captain packet that's in the House Captain area, which by the way has kind of a checklist you can go through to determine all the things that you need to do. So you can go to the House Captain handbook, and our hours are in there. They'll also be on the website. They're in this presentation, and I'll probably send them out in an email as we get closer. We do have vendor cards again this year. A vendor card is essentially a credit card that can be used at certain vendors around town. We get lumber from Shooty Lumber. We get other small materials that you can't find in the warehouse from Strasser Hardware. They will call me if it's going to get over $100. We ask that you come to the warehouse first, wood especially. But before you go to Strasser, please come to the warehouse and look to see if we have it there. The vendor card is basically a credit card. Your house address is the purchase order. Please always use the house address and take it with you when you're purchasing materials. Also remember that credit card has to be paid. So we have to raise money, and that's real money, to pay those off. Don't worry so much about the price of them, because a lot of the vendors give us discounts. So you may say, well, I can get this $5 cheaper at another store. Don't consider that when purchasing. Please purchase, if you're going to be charging it to us, at the Strasser Hardware. And paint, caulk, those kind of tools, please get at the warehouse. Don't get it on your own. We have plenty of it as long as you give us time. Get the paint order into me. You can put it in on the website, on the home. You can email it to me or to info. The other thing is, you're not limited in the number of colors. We may question the quantity. So if you're asking for 20 gallons to paint a single-story house, we will probably work through that to make sure that you order the right quantities of paint. The earlier you get it to me, the better it will be, and we'll go into paint in a little more detail in a minute. Wood, get me the orders early, and we'll have it pulled and ready for you at Shooty Lumber, so you don't have to wait too long. Glass, we have a whole glass cutting area in the warehouse. We have almost 2 tons of glass of single pane. If you can get the window out, you can bring the whole window to the warehouse, and we'll replace it, clean it, glaze it, and or reseat it and get it back to you. If you want to do it on site, just give us the dimensions. There is some instructions on glass cutting in the House Captain handbook, but you want to leave a little bit of space around for expansion, especially in wood frames. If you're going to deliver windows, those go into the middle bay. So there'll be a rack there. You need to put your name and address and phone number, your name, the address of the homeowner, and your phone number on the glass with a piece of tape. Put it on the frame. Don't put it on the glass part of it. The paint program this year, if your house is in Kansas City, Missouri, we will be using Porter paint. If it's in Kansas City, Kansas, or on the Kansas side, we'll be using Sherwin-Williams. The reason for that is last year we were fortunate enough to have the city manager participate in the Christmas in October program, and the city of Kansas City, Missouri has offered to purchase the paint for us, and we greatly thank them for that. But we don't want to use that paint on homes that aren't in the Kansas City, Missouri metro area, because that wouldn't be fair. The vendor cards, again, are for materials that you cannot find in the warehouse, especially plumbing, perhaps some smaller electrical items. Please do not purchase tools or paint or ceiling fans or things like that that are available in the warehouse. And if you think of it, so, you always run out of things on your work day. Let me know what you're having to go out and buy, so that we can work to try to make sure that we stock that in the warehouse going forward. Skilled help requests are done in the online tool. After you go in and select, there's a button that says I'm going to do this inspection. Once you do that, buttons will appear that say, I want to work on this house, or I want to release it to my team or to the rest of the pool of volunteers. If you need help, there is on your inspection report, there is a button that says skilled help. I need skilled help. So there'll be, the thing that the person requested, and then a skilled help button that says needs work, I'm going to do the work, doesn't need work, and skilled help. That is a new way of doing skilled help. And we will have great support this year from the local unions, especially the plumbers, pipe fitters are the people that do our heating, and the electrical union, IBEW. They're all helpful. As well as we actually have a number of unions doing homes this year. The UAW and Ford, machinists at the Honeywell plant, and others are doing homes all over town. Gutters. We have gutter parts. We have a gutter machine in the warehouse. Do not start guttering unless you can finish it. Please do not take the gutters down unless you can get them back up. We do not have anybody to go back after you and put them back on the house. Consider doing all of your prep work the day before if you're going to be working on the gutters, or on the day after. Put the gutters up on the day after your event day. And make sure the fascia and soffits and everything are in good shape. If you have the skill to do gutters, you can send in a skilled help request on the online tool, or send me an email. If you're interested, make sure you leave a little overlap so that you can join them together if you need to put two. We recommend that you don't go much more than 10 feet. So if you've got a 40-foot section, you might have to do 3 or 4 10-foot sections with a little bit of overlap. If you're interested, we can also bring you in and you can learn how to make gutters in our guttering machine. But again, don't start the job if you can't finish it. Also consider the power of begging. Quite often, skilled help, other help that, would be part of a trade that you can't do. If you know somebody, a neighbor, someone in your organization, somebody in an organization you belong to, a vendor that you've used recently, consider asking them for, help on your home. And it's a great way for them to participate without having to, be in fear when I call that they're going to have to do 15 or 20. So that's it for our materials. Vendor, you've got picking up the warehouse. We've got the warehouse hours. Will come up in a little bit. They'll be on the website. They're in the House Captain Handbook. And our next session is going to be on getting trash and somewhere to go to the bathroom if you don't have running water in the home. Thank you very much, and have a great day.